So how does guilt and shame in the root chakra affect the balance of the sacral chakra? And how is this tied to the Church of Smyrna in the biblical book of Revelations? Let's dive in as we explore the sacral chakra and the Church of Smyrna. The Church of Smyrna represents the second chakra in the body, located just below the navel. Where we discussed in the previous chakra video about the root chakra, the root is connected to the sexual masculine and feminine energy. The sacral is how it is executed. In Revelations chapter 2 verses 8 through 10, Jesus states he knows tribulation and poverty. This speaks to the repressed emotions stored in the root that manifest in the sacral as self-destructive behaviors that leave us feeling worse. Why? Well, when out of balance, there becomes a conflict in the sexual and spiritual energies. Where a lot of people, church folks, and religious groups get this wrong is that they believe and enforce that the sexual energy is to be repressed and avoided even further, when in reality, that's just silly and actually quite harmful. A better approach is to balance the masculine and feminine energy within, so that they can harmonize together for optimal creative self-expression. Okay, but you ask, what does that look like? Hang with me here because I'm about to tie it all up in a nice neat bow by the end of this video. Say you may have experienced struggle with self-indulgence, whether that be sex, money, food, etc. When unbalanced, the masculine and feminine energy in the root are trying to overpower one another. This could look like a constant fight with yourself. Your feminine energy, which has nothing to do with gender, may be uninhibited in self-expression and cultivating desire without any structure, boundaries, or self-awareness, overpowering your masculine ability to create something of a container for your feminine. Or the masculine energy in you is too critical, rigid, self-loathing, controlling, and oppressive, so your feminine energy feels diminished, leaving you in a state of helplessness and lack. See, the masculine container, consciousness, represents your values and healthy boundaries so that your feminine can create and self-express without the guilt that you're betraying yourself or your own values. So sex isn't bad, neither is money or any earthly pleasure. But the key is how you choose to express and experience those things without betraying your own sense of self. And not a rule somebody else told you. However, to know your sense of self, it takes time to learn what it is you value. What are your needs and expectations around sex, money, and pleasure? Start asking yourself these questions with curiosity and non-judgment. So when we stop abusing the expression of our sacral chakra, whether that be overindulgence or repression, we can start to bring more balance into the body. This has a domino effect. The root can now work in harmony with the sacral. Just as the masculine and feminine energy within your root can work together to express healthily up to the sacral. And the sexual energy can continue to flow, but now on a conscious spiritual frequency. This, my friends, is balance. See, I told you I would sum it all up. But wait, I have more. When Jesus states in Revelations that the devil is casting Smyrna into a prison, this is symbolic for how Smyrna, the sacral chakra, is imprisoned by Satan, our ego. Because the ego keeps us imprisoned until the body and spiritual body are brought back into balance. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next installment in our chakra series, where we discuss the solar plexus and the Church of Pergamum, which is key in shifting our overall consciousness.